Okay, I'm going to try to make a video for you folks per your request. Rob Penique's leading the call today. I've been hearing it though. People have been asking to see me, see some long video. I know it's been a while. Funny how you want more of me when I have less time, but you all don't know that. You don't live here with me, so you don't see how my days go. Um, it is true that I've been spending a lot of time when I have it free on Facebook. But again, I need to explain that the reason why that's happening is because that's happening while I'm listening to music and doing other things around the house. Very convenient. And when I make videos, this is all I can do. And then when I upload, kind of like turntablist, I don't have it nearly as bad as you. I used to turntablist. Sometimes it takes almost an hour to upload this, and I can't do anything on my video on my computer while it's uploading, because if I do, a lot of times that the computer, even though it's not that old, I guess it is, but it crashes. The upload crashes when I try to do other things. So that's impacted this. Anyway, I will talk a little bit and show a little bit of music. Really looking forward to Friday. Of course, I can barely sleep. I find myself, you know, um, not sleeping well at night and sleeping the best in the afternoon. Like, I just come back from the studio. So I'm doing several things right now, and I took a nap, and now I'm up from the nap. Um, I hope I'm not up all night, but anyway, just can't wait, to see the final results of Dereck 2. Something that I'm going to do, and I'll start to promote it once the record's here in the videos, is I have a blog spot, Dereck Higgins blog spot, which I'm going to start using as my, I have Bandcamp, and you can access, listen to, and buy my music at Bandcamp. But I'm going to set up my blog right now so that you can always get information about my releases there and how to buy them directly from me. If you buy the vinyl from Bandcamp, you'll pay more for it than you'll pay for it from me. So that's something I want to get done in the next couple of days, is to set up my blog so that it's like a store, okay? That you can buy Dereck 2 on vinyl from there, and In Dreama and my single. Very excited about this getting ready to happen. Okay, so musically, this week I have bought no vinyl. It's Wednesday. I haven't spent any money, and I've kind of needed to. Um, I just got this in the mail, as I showed you in the last video, from Anders. I did spin a little bit of this before heading back out, and I love it. I know I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Salomana's Mana. Like I said, I have this on CD. I have not dropped the needle on this yet. This is so fantastic. Okay, so what are some records that are still sitting out that I've been playing? Because that's what I had to show you. I'll start with this. I have all kinds of CDs, and the other day I decided to pull this and see what, to give it another shot, because I bought this like cheap. Vernon Reid, Mistaken Identity. It's an advanced sampler. Vernon Reid, who was in Living Color, as well as he's been involved in a lot of extraordinary music, avant-garde as well as straight. And I probably got this for maybe a dollar. And I like Vernon's playing. I don't like this commercialized approach where it's so obvious to me that this song is for this market, this song is for this market, this song is for this market. I hate that. And that has a lot to do with why I don't listen to a lot of more what are considered well-established acts, because it sounds like it's manufactured just for you. Not that you can't make a good song doing that, but for the way that I listen to music, that I hear that first, and almost always it turns me off. Nostalgia kicks in and makes a difference. Okay, so this sucked. Listen to some of this. After Dinner. This is a Japanese band. Hako is the singer. Really minimalist, odd, hard to explain music. Members of Henry Cow have been involved in their music. This is exactly what I'm about. This is real. You know, let me dial it down a little bit. See, that's another reason why I don't make videos upon request. I make them when I want to, because that's the best time to catch me, so I don't get pissy. Okay, what have I been listening to? Well, I haven't listened to this, but I pulled this because I was talking to Nick about album side length. We have to keep the side. We can't put the whole In Dreama album on vinyl. I cannot afford a double album. Sorry. And I have to pay for the pressing, okay? I'm just being real upfront about that. I don't care if it's bad business practice or not. Dereck's the one that's got to pay for the In Dreama, okay? So it's my butt that's on the line. Anyway, this album is an hour long. It's 30 minutes per side. The groove on each side is so thin that it tracks. If your needle's not good, or if you're this is not the way to go as far as making an album. And I had to explain that to Nick over and over and over again, because he's trying to, you know how we are. We want what we want. We have to edit the In Dreama if it's going to come out on vinyl. So we'll see where that goes. I just pulled this to show. Again, this is one of those records where, well, what was the point of playing it? I do have it. Same with this. Was just having fun with this on Facebook, But this got played, and this inspired some of the things I was doing today. And I just finished watching on YouTube the Eno documentary. Man Who Fell to Earth, I think is the name of it. Excellent. And, theoretically, Eno and John Cale are very important to me. I am not a trained musician. I am really a non-musician like Eno. The only difference is that I can play with skill. I can play with cats and they'll think that I know something. It happens all the time. It happens all the time when I say to people, I do not know music theory. They don't believe me. They think I'm bullshitting. I don't. I use my ear. So I'm very much like Eno, but I can play like I know what I'm doing. But anyway, what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a series of excursions and experiments, and I'm leaving things up to chance, because sometimes that's really a good way to work when you don't have a solid inspiration, okay? And so I've been doing recordings where I'm just letting what happens happen, and I'm making combinations, and some things are happening, okay? But the documentary talks about when he made Another Green World, which is an amazing album, as you folks know. The first 4 days in the studio, that's what they did, working on experimenting and seeing what happens, and nothing happened. And yet Another Green World is fantastic. So you just have to kind of let things percolate, and when they happen, they happen. So that's what I'm up to. And John Cale and Brian Eno are huge influences on me. And I also needed to watch that too, because I do struggle with self-esteem like some of the other people, and I can lose my moxie and start to question myself. But the thing is, I need to stop doing that, because everything I do is valid, and that's just the bottom line. I do things, a lot of different things. I try to make direct music. I do things by chance. I experiment. It's all valid. And I have good ears. I can tell when the experiments are crap. So I just, good inspiration today. We were talking about Yes on last night, so I just have this out. I didn't listen to it, but I love this album. The Yes album, I love it. This I listened to side one all the way last night. PFM, Per Un Amico. I believe this is their first album. This is a 10, if there is a 10. We've been throwing 10s around. I just want to keep saying this, because I think some people think that when you say something like that too much, it devalues it. That's not it at all. From me, what I'm trying to say is there's a fuckload of amazing music that a lot of you people have never heard, and I'm saying 10 because y'all need to hear it, because it's that good. whether you like it or not. This is a 10. This is a fucking 10 when it comes to Italian progressive, worldwide progressive music. But it's so Italian, I just have to put that in there. It's fantastic. Now, on the other hand, I pulled this one last night, Modern Jazz Quartet, Plastic Dreams, mainly to shoot a picture of the cover because of the plastic boobies. Last night there was all this joking going on about boobs on record covers. I forget which. And then also Dwayne Stockton, Lazarus with your crazy ass self, and then Tony too, Mr. Fartboy with the man boobs. Y'all are just nuts. See, I jump into that stuff and then I have to leave after a while because it just gets too much for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just the dad in me. It's like, okay, we're not going to go too far, kids. You know what I'm saying? I always want to remember that the vinyl community is their #1 for music. But the friendship is so important. So, I don't want to put a damper on that. I just got to do what I got to do. Anyway, I don't like this album. I'm going to keep it, though. I bought it for maybe $3. I've always liked the cover. Always wanted it for the cover. I don't really like the Modern Jazz Quartet. I've got like 3 or 4 of their albums. At this point, I'm going to keep them. Partially for posterity and out of respect, but I really don't enjoy listening to this stuff. I think it's kind of crappy. I'm even kind of amazed that the Modern Jazz Quartet made so many records when so many of them sound tepid. It's like, what am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. I think it's just crap. Modern Jazz Quartet have made a lot of crappy records. This, on the other hand, is just fucking fantastic. I'm not going to use the term 10 because, again, it's just got the way it starts like gangbusters. This starts like a prog album. You want a prog album to start. Bam! Then it settles down right away. And you go through a quiet part. Then you come back to the fireworks. Which is cool. The way this first song goes, they could have kept the fireworks going. But this is a fantastic prog folk album. Fantastic. Griffin. Excellent. Ollie Rules inspired me to put this on last night, and I'm glad I listened to the whole side because the first track, Clowns and Jugglers, you can hear about 2/3 of the way through where he starts to lose his focus, and right at that point it's like, I don't like hearing this, and I just went through it because it comes back. Yeah, Syd Barrett was a cracked genius. I'll also show this because I love the Harvest label. I think I have maybe 2 more Black Harvests. I'm not sure why there are Black Harvests labels, but this is one of them, and that's just beautiful. So I showed that last night, played that last night. Like I said, had a bit of a revelation with it since I got through the cringy part. That cringy part has always put me off. And a lot of times I'll take it off because I can't get through it. So that, again, is another beautiful thing about the Facebook aspect of interacting with you guys, is that and my new old turntable, because it puts me back in the driver's seat of really, really absorbing this music, which is what I want to do. I put back a bunch of records I played last night. Dang it. But here's one I played last night, again inspired by activity in the community, Lazarus playing Focus. And then he said, okay, share your Focus. So I played this as well. I love Focus. Love this band. Dutch masters they are. Jim Cook showed that. Memphis Vinyl Jim. Memphis, I left you a Facebook message. Memorial Day now, because of all this activity, it's not gonna work. And let me get to you, Jim. I have to trust my gut about this too. I need to feel right about this. My gut is telling me wait, and I'm sorry if that's not good for you. But my gut is pretty damn good, and it's telling me no, not yet, not yet. Fourth Way Werewolf. In the tradition of Weather Report, this is what the Fourth Way were. They don't sound like Weather Report. They sound a little more like the early version of Return to Forever. Not the one with the bird, but the one after that. Return to the Seventh Galaxy or Hymn to the Seventh Galaxy, but not quite. It's a whole nother thing. They got Michael White on violin. They got Eddie Marshall on drums. They got the fantastic Mike Knock on electric piano. This is killer, and it's on Harvest too. It took me forever to find a copy of this. A friend of mine had it in high school, and I coveted it because I could never find a copy. Finally did. Check this out. Astral Traveler 68, you know about this, don't you? I had this out, hadn't played it, but this is one of the few, I think it might be the only Canadian pressing where I have the red the red Atlantic label. And I don't know the reason why, but these are valued. Maybe one of you folks could tell me why that is, why the red Atlantics are preferable to collectors. I don't know why. And then someone was saying that if there's a TH in the dead wax, that is somehow significant, but I don't remember the person explaining how. This I listened to last night. This is Behold the Octopus. This is math rock, or whatever you want to call it, led by Colin, who is also in the band Dysrhythmia. Plays the thing that Chapman stick. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. This is awesome. Awesome, awesome. One-sided, etched. I think it actually goes like this, I think. At one point, the first track on here, it ends, it goes into a huge, majestic thing like the galaxies are opening up. Sounds better than the best King Crimson for about a minute. That's high praise. I mean every minute. I mean it. Behold the Octopus. This is fantastic. I keep meaning to get to this, and I haven't got to it. It's the Dutch punk compilation that was recently given to me. Just showing it. Play this all the way through. This record is beat because I got it as a promo when I was 14. And back at that time, I didn't know about taking care of records. There's my name all over it again, proves it. Not that I need to prove, but it just again shows you. I was just a goofy kid. I loved music, but my head wasn't. I was a kid. And so I carted this record everywhere, like Can's Future Days. I wanted everyone to hear this. Now, that's funny. If you hear this now, it's not what you would think of as Dereck music. It's kind of on the country rock side, but it's so damn good. This is really good. Bring Me Home America, Down on Saturday. I mean, I can tell you the song titles without even looking at it. That's how this is really good. Some Pair. Somebody find a good copy of this and show it. I pulled this, Temptations. I haven't gotten to it yet. I know some of y'all people, I'm going to just say these things. I know that some of y'all worry about me and my blackness. And you know, I am in a couple of attitude because I'm the one you're thinking about. You think because I don't play hip-hop or because I'm not showing a lot of black music that somehow something is not right about me. You're just so, I'm going to be arrogant. That's wrong. I'm also going to say something that I feel. I'm just so far ahead of that shit. I'm just so far ahead of you. If that's what you're thinking, you got to catch up to me. I've said it before. I'm a citizen of the universe. I'm a citizen of this planet. Okay? Whether or not I'm listening to black or white or red or gray music, I mean a fucking thing. I'm going to stop because I could rant. And maybe a rant's not needed, but This was given to me by Randy from Randy's Music Emporium out in Pittsburgh. I've played this now a few times. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look the guy up too. Yeah. Mainly guitar and pedals. Fantastic. Kind of, doesn't sound like Fenez, but Fenez does a similar thing. Also, Randy, thank you. Sloan, this is killer. The Double Cross. These guys are brilliant, 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 brilliant. And American Beatles, maybe? Cattle Decapitation. I've played this a few times now. I bought it recently, and I love it. I really do. I really like this. Okay. This is one of those 75-cent records I bought recently, Lake. This is a good example of commercial music that The band is good. I just can't stand when the music is pandering to an audience. It just comes through and it takes away from the artistic vision of the music. I'd like to say proudly that my music, when you hear it, it has a lot of commercial potential, but it's not calculated. That's just how the music comes out. And that's what I'm looking for in all music. I like music to just be what it is. I've listened to this again, and this is just okay. You know, this guy, I looked him up online, Alexis Gideon, and he's an artist, you know, with claymation and all sorts of stuff. And so he's done a multimedia thing, combining it with this music. At this point, the music is not very strong. That's my opinion. And it's 20 minutes. I'm going to stop, guys, because it's going to take forever for this to upload. And I want to get online and see what's going on with people, you know. I'm always double checking what I said. Right now I'm double checking. Was I harsh earlier talking about where I'm certain that some people perceive me a certain way? No, that wasn't harsh. Was it necessary? No, but do I really think that? Yeah, I do. I'm returning to it. I do read between the lines. Sometimes I make presumptions that are incorrect. Much of the time over the course of my life, I've just found out that I'm perceiving things pretty clearly, and that's why I speak the way I do. And I've grown up with this perception too, that somehow because I listen to more non-black music than black, that somehow I'm an Uncle Tom, or somehow I'm not right, or I'm not all the way black. It's all just an absolute load of fucking bullshit, and the people that say it and think it, you need to expand. Notice how I stop myself. I don't want to say things out of hate. I got a lot of anger from a long life of abuse, you know, and so it comes out when I talk about stuff like this. But people that cannot understand that I truly see myself as a citizen of this entire planet, I'm sincere when I say I think you have some growing to do and some learning to do, and I'd like you to try to catch up with me. And I mean that in a loving way. And mostly, I'll finish with this because I could keep going. I measure my words pretty carefully because I could be like a lot of people. I could be really shitty. I could be really cutting and just uncaring with my words, and I am sometimes. But I think about what I say as I'm saying it. I think about it beforehand because I want the words to connect. I don't want to hurt. Even when I say things strong that may push people away, I'm not happy about the fact that it's pushing away, but I have to say it because it's honestly what's on my mind. Okay, so I just want to explain that as I'm saying it and feeling it, because it was another part of the conversation I was having with Nick. You know, we're in dark days, folks. Civility in the modern world is at an all-time low, and one of the main reasons is because of the way that we have chosen to become civilized. It's based around the market. It's based around goods. You know, we weren't able to get to the next phase where it's based around us. And so check it out. This is the way it looks to me. In our individual lives, we have good days, bad days. We thrive. Our dreams, we're pursuing our dreams. They're still coming true. But in the larger picture, especially if you look at the news or you read the media or the general scope of world affairs, it's all focused on economics. And economics are so screwed up right now that it's affecting everything. I think it's sad that the entire world, or the entire civilized world, or the world that's connected, is being held hostage because of greed. You know, really, actually, everything is fine on this planet. The only thing that's wrong is that the market is fucked up, and because people are so intent on making that money and getting that power, everything else is held in the balance, when in actuality, life is just fine. That's where my rage and anger comes from. It's like these greedy dogs. They're not intelligent. They're not good people. They're not wise. Hear me, people. People that are stuck on stupid just trying to bum rush and make the money. And every time you turn around, there's some CEO that's stepping down and walking away with the golden parachute. You know, they're dumb. They don't realize they're looking at, okay, it's like this. Here's foreground, and then my fingers are background. Here these guys are looking at the foreground. Money, power, ass, pussy, dick, whatever, all of that. That's all the power. Because you know what they do with power is they fuck everyone. I can get it. I'm getting it. I'm going to get the golden parachute, but they're not looking at this stuff in the background creeping up. You know what I'm saying? You're taking the golden parachute, but you're stealing all this money from everyone that worked hard for it, who you're also depending on them to keep paying into the economy so that it can keep going, but you keep sucking them dry because you want it now. No vision, no scruples, no values. These people are fucked. And here I am trying to start my own business as a music maker. And I'm not focused on how much money can I make. The focus is, can I make enough money to keep doing this and feed myself and keep the house in good repair and keep the lights on? That's all. Yeah. And then, boy, wouldn't it be nice if I made enough I could buy some more records? Why can't those other motherfuckers be like that? That's my rage. And they're just going on. They're going to play this out till it's busted. They ain't giving up shit. I'm telling you. And I've done this many times in my life where I've had to go to people after they tell me, oh, it's not like that. And then months, years later, the shit goes down just like I saw it happen. And I'll tell them, told you. I don't like doing this, but I do like, because it's like, I told you. That's why I keep saying, wake the fuck up. So Paniques, I don't know. This is probably not what you wanted, but you asked for a long video, you got one. And it's all out of love, people. It's all out of love. It's a burden sometimes to be aware. I don't have the luxury of just putting on a nightcap and acting like I don't know any of this. And I'm not complaining. I'm complaining about you folks that do, actually. I'm hoping that when the shit hits the fan, that you people will be worth a fuck. I think some of you will.